Bye.
Thank you for watching RooTV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RooTV. I'm Jaslyn Summers.
And I'm Syd. Happy November, Jazz. How was your Halloween?
Honestly, Syd, it was so awesome. I just spent the last week in New Orleans at the National College Media Convention, but I also explored the city. I loved the change in scenery and especially the amount of musicians constantly playing in the street.
Mm-hmm.
On Halloween, I saw a live band and really embraced the New Orleans Halloween culture. How was yours?
It was good. I stayed inside in my cozy clothes. I did not have a costume because I'm kind of boring. But I ate Dave's Hot Chicken and watched some movies with my friends. So it was the perfect night for me.
Sounds like it. Tomorrow is the big day, Election Day. If you're anything like me, you might be a little stressed out about the outcomes and waiting to hear the results. According to a poll from the American Psychological Association, about 7 out of 10 adults have said they are extremely stressed about tomorrow. Remember to recognize how you're feeling and know you aren't alone in these anxious times. Do what you can to take care of yourself. Spend some time doing what makes you happy, like getting off your phone and reading a book or spending some time outside. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are hitting the trail to deliver their final messages before tomorrow. Harris will hold events in Pennsylvania, including a star-studded rally in Philadelphia, while Trump has rallies planned in North Carolina and Pennsylvania, wrapping up the day in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today is the last day of early voting on both sides of the state line, so make sure to get out there and vote.
On Thursday night, Missouri Senator candidates Josh Hawley and Lucas Coons faced each other on the debate stage in St. Louis. They were both asked about Amendment 3, which would enshrine reproductive health care into Missouri's constitution if passed. Hawley said he would vote no, claiming that it goes far beyond abortion, legalizing sex change operations for minors. Coons called Hawley's claim ridiculous, saying that Missouri's courts have looked at this and said that it is not true. One thing both candidates agreed upon is that U.S. troops should never be deployed to the Middle East. Coons, a 13-year Marine veteran, said that doing so should be a red line.
Let's throw it on over to Zach and Titus on sports.
Thank you, Jaslyn. I'm Zach Gunter.
And I'm Titus Holmes.
Last night, men's soccer demolished Avila. The 12-0 win solidified a 10-win season for the Roos. Sophomore midfielder Hector Taboada had 5 goals in the victory. And now the Roos must either win or draw with Oral Roberts this Saturday to secure second place in the Summit League and a spot in the conference championship game. This game against Oral Roberts will take place at Durwood Soccer Stadium, so be sure to get a seat for Senior Day.
Volleyball only played one game this week. Unfortunately, the team they played was undefeated South Dakota State. SDSU had also received top 25 votes this past week. Kansas City ended up losing in 3 sets. This loss also made hopes of a championship run even slimmer. As the team is 2-9 in conference, the Roos are also 3 games out of a tournament spot. Luckily for the Roos, the next game is against the team ahead of them. They play Denver and Colorado on Thursday.
Both men's and women's basketball begin tonight. Men's basketball tips off their season at home against Hannibal LaGrange at 6 p.m. in the Sweeney Center. The Roos also have a home game this Friday against Kansas Christian at 7 p.m., and then they head to Ames, Iowa to play Iowa State. Meanwhile, women's basketball is in Utah playing Utah State at 7 p.m. After the game, the Roos will stay in state to take on Utah Valley, and then finally on Saturday, the team heads home to play William Jewell at 7 p.m. for the first home game of the season.
A reminder that the Kansas City Chiefs play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight for Monday Night Football. Kickoff is at 7:15 p.m. New wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins will play in his first Arrowhead game as a Chief. Meanwhile, 2024 fourth-round draft pick Jared Wiley tore his ACL in practice this week. He will miss the remainder of the season.
That's all we have for you today. Now back to Jazz for more news.
As holiday season is just around the corner, I have an important question for you, Syd.
What's that?
Do you start celebrating Christmas the day after Halloween or the day after Thanksgiving?
That's a good question. Honestly, my love for Christmas runs so deep. I feel like I celebrate it all year round. But your answer to that is probably the day after Halloween.
Me too. Personally, I take off my costume at midnight on November 1st, turn on Christmas music, and put on an ugly Christmas sweater. Don't get me wrong, I love Thanksgiving food, but it is never too early to watch the Polar Express.
I couldn't agree more. I too love Thanksgiving food, but I was honestly going to wear my Christmas sweater today, but I was afraid I was gonna get hate for it. But I'm definitely gonna pull up in it next week.
Sounds like a good plan. That's all we have for you this week. Thanks for tuning into our show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram at RooNewsUMKC. Roo up.